Is this working already? Okay, we are live. What is up? We're 5 seconds already live, but it was showing that I was going live. So, what is up, guys? Wasn't live last Sunday because I was overwhelmed with work. But yeah, here we are now, and let's get right into it. Let's get right into the topic, which is if I were to start from scratch, how would I learn to code and make games, given the fact that I already know what I know now in terms of how to learn the correct way. Now, I'm going to tell you a couple of things that I think are really important that you should follow strictly, like religiously, in order to learn how to make games, because there are a lot of mistakes, common mistakes that a lot of you guys make. And 23 people, how are you guys? How are you all? I will take questions in about 5 minutes or so. So how would I learn if I were to start from scratch right now is that I would take one tutorial, one course, whatever you do. If you follow a tutorial, free tutorial online on YouTube, or a course that you enrolled in, a paid one, whatever you do, just I would follow that one course if it's complete, of course, and I will go through it till the end, and I will repeat it multiple times in order to understand everything what is going on, because that is really important. You guys, this is one of the biggest mistakes that I see a lot of beginners make, especially people on this channel, is that you guys don't focus on learning the fundamentals. So you guys don't focus on learning the fundamentals of what is being taught in the tutorials. What do I mean by that? Well, as you already know, most of you guys, I mean, all of you who follow this channel regularly, I read all the comments, I answer all the comments, and a lot of the times, just the other day, I was reading some comments on the ads video that I put out, and some of the people were commenting like, is this outdated? Is it changed and whatnot? And the issue there is, even if it's outdated, even if something new has been added, the fundamentals stay the same. The first time when I implemented ads in a game that I created in Unity was probably 5 years ago. And since then, so 5 years ago, since then, the fundamentals of implementing ads in Unity did not change. Like literally, you have to initialize ads in the start or await function using the key that you get on Google Play or wherever you publish your app. You're using banner ads, show, interstitial ads, show, video ad, show to show the ad. You use load to load the ad. That didn't change. The fundamentals of setting things up didn't change. But the biggest issue you guys have is that you just want a tutorial, that you can copy paste. It will show you what you want to do at that moment, and you don't bother with learning the fundamentals, with learning the main concepts behind all that. When you learn that, you will not need tutorials to help you anymore. Like literally, implementing Google ads and Unity ads is the same. I'm using ads as an example, just an example, but this applies to everything. Like implementing Google ads and Unity ads is the same. Like literally, the steps are a little bit different in terms of what you should type, the syntax, but the fundamentals, initializing the ad and loading the ads, showing them, everything is the same, but you just need to focus. Like literally, I publish it. That's why I said in the beginning, for those of you guys who just tuned in, 46 guys, thank you. That's why I said I would take one tutorial and I will cover it multiple times. Like literally, how many of you guys have went through my RPG survival game, or first-person shooter survival game, that is? It's 8 hours. How many of you have finished it? Very, very small number. Very small number of you have finished it, actually. But if you finish it multiple times, you will learn a lot of things. And a lot of the times I publish a tutorial, and you guys start asking questions that is covered in the tutorial. Like literally, you are like, oh, how can I do this? Can you do a tutorial about that? But it's right there in that tutorial. Don't even bother watching it. So that is the main issue I see with all of you, with a lot of you guys. You need to focus on the fundamentals. You need to focus on the main concepts, understanding how classes work, understanding how inheritance work, for what you can use functions, for what you can use variables, understanding coroutines, delegation. Like literally, if you guys understand delegation, you can implement ads just like that. Just like that, if you understand delegation. I have at least 10 tutorials about delegation. Who here understands delegation? Like rarely somebody, you know? So this is my honest advice to you from the bottom of my heart, telling you how to learn the effective way, how to learn that. After that, you don't need tutorials. I mean, I want you here, my channel, to watch tutorials, but I want you to learn. The main thing is that I want you to learn, even if that means that you will not watch my tutorials anymore, because as I said, the main thing I care about is that you will learn, that you learn from all the tutorials that I put out. So again, for those of you guys who tuned in, I see 49 people, go and rewatch everything from scratch when this finishes, because it's really, really important to understand this concept. You need to learn with that thing in mind. So that is how you will learn. That is the quickest way how you will learn. There is no easy way. Like there is any way will be the hard way in the beginning, but there is a longer way, so a longer path and a shorter path. I'm giving you the shorter path. If a lot of you guys are doing the things that I mentioned, and if you continue to do that, I don't know if you will ever learn. And if you learn, it will take you months and months and months, if not years. So yeah, so you need to literally start focusing on the fundamentals. Stop trying to copy paste every tutorial that you see. Focus on one tutorial or one online course where you enroll or whatever, and go through it multiple times, because it contains the information that is the most essential to creating or learning how to create games. So yeah, that is how I would learn to code and make games if I were to start from scratch, knowing all the things that I know now in terms of how to learn the correct way. Because the more you practice, the more you do, then you will learn better and quicker. So this is my 2 cents in this regards, and I'm gonna look at the chat. I try to not look at the chat while I'm talking, and I will try to make this 10 minutes. So this live stream, I'm trying to make it 10 minutes. So 3 more minutes for your ads. Thank you guys. Brian, why are you still not able to make a game that can change your life? Is it about marketing your game, or still in such concept? Just asking. Make a game that can change. I don't understand the question. Make a game that can change my life. I'm not sure what you mean. I was thinking about starting to practice coding in Java. Do you recommend any Java game coding tutorials? Java is not that, and this is Toxic Raymond Animations. Java is not, and Brian Toot, I am going to mute you right now, or probably hide you from the channel. So you will not be able to comment anymore because you are spamming, my friend. So you have been removed. Okay, so Toxic Raymond, I was thinking about game. Java is, in my opinion, not that good when it comes to game development. There is libgdx, which is a good library. I used it a little bit. It's a really good library, and it's widely used. But I will stick with Unity because, as far as I know, I might be wrong. So I'm gonna just put that disclaimer here. I might be wrong before you butcher me in the comment section. Oh, technically you're not correct. The best programming language for creating games is C++, and after that one is C#. So these are 2 best languages for creating games, okay? So, sir, what is the best way to solve problems when we're stuck in coding for game development? The more you practice, the better you will get at solving problems. There is no best way to solve problems. The best way is you practice, and the more you practice, you will get better as in thinking like a game developer, in thinking like a coder, and that way you will solve problems faster, okay? I mean, a game that can make you rich. Gameistic. Sorry if I butchered that username. There is no formula in the world where you can create a game that can make you rich. If you look at big companies like Ketchup, for example, if you take a look at their interview, I think it was Ketchup or Glue, I don't know which one, and they have that interview on YouTube, and they ask them, like, how do you know which game will be successful? And they're like, we don't. We just publish a game, we put it online. It might get successful, it might not get successful. So there is no way for you to know, okay, this game is gonna be super successful, it's gonna make me rich. No, it's not how it goes. It's not how it goes. I'm trying to change the lighting, but yeah. Can you do tutorial multiplayer? I have a course on that. Can you take a look at awesometunes.com/courses? Can we use C or C++ for making games? Yes, you can use C++ in Unreal Engine, not in Unity. I tried the Project 20's recommend and finish FPS tutorial, so I'm trying to recreate my own, but I found myself to rewriting codes. it's not about, even if you rewrite the code, if you rewrite it multiple times, you will understand it. Try to, have that mentality to understand the code that you're running. And we're 10 minutes in. I'm probably going to end soon. So try to focus on understanding what is going on. Like if you're using if you're typing the code that's moving a player, think of it like, why is this code moving the player? It's because I'm adding to the velocity X. That's why we're moving horizontally. So that is how I want you to think, okay? I feel like my brain overloads all the time. There are too many things to learn. What do you suggest? That is another issue you guys have. You try to learn too many things. You guys are literally at the beginning of learning how to code and make games, and you want to learn how to implement ads, learn how to publish your game. You want to learn multiplayer. You want to learn. Let me just make one thing clear. 99.99, 100% of you guys will never create a successful multiplayer game with that mentality. Because in order to create something that's really, really cool and a multiplayer that can compete with all those mega super multiplayer games is really hard. It's really hard. You need to have a really good 3D assets available, and they are expensive. So if you don't have a team, don't think that you will create PUBG. That's not going to happen. I'm just telling you right there. I'm not trying to break anyone's dreams. But if you're thinking about creating a game like PUBG or something similar, that's not going to happen on your own. And even if you have all the resources, like if you have the money to buy all the assets and pay all the artists, it will take you 5-10 years to create a game like that on your own. So please have that in mind. Instead of focus on smaller things, achievable things, not the things that are not achievable. That's what I'm trying to preach to you. Unity is the easiest to learn because it's massive community channels like awesome too. Thank you, man. Thank you. It's also very easy to use. Like, I'm not bashing it. You see my channel, I'm not talking about, oh, Unity is better than Unreal. Oh, Unreal is better than Unity. I don't care about that. I even ignore the comments where people are like, Unreal is better. Okay, man, go and learn Unreal. Use Unreal. I don't care. Those who want to learn Unity, stick on this channel, okay? But when I tried to use Unreal once, it was really hard. The interface was hard. I had no idea what to do to move anything. So it was a little bit complicated, but that was like 2-3 years ago. I might get into Unreal and try to use it. And if I learn it, I will create tutorials for that as well. But both engines are good. Both engines have pros and cons. It all depends on your taste and I personally find C# a lot easier than C++. So yeah, and we're almost 30 minutes in and I said 10 minutes. After we create a type of game and publish it, how do we get improving more on that type of game? Not sure I understand the question. Your words about PUBG is very impressive and informative. That's the truth. I'm just telling the truth. I'm not one of those guys who's going to tell you, oh, learning how to make games is easy. It's very easy. Everybody can do it. Yes, everybody can do it, but it is hard in the beginning. It is hard in the beginning to learn how to code and make games because you need the right guidance, you need the right tutorials, and you need patience. You need a lot of patience. This is my final advice before we take off. When it comes to learning how to make games, have patience. Have patience. That's the main thing. You will get to the point where you will understand everything. But for somebody, it might take 3 months. For other people, 4 months. For other people, 1 year. It took me a year. And I have students in my courses who learned like in 3 months. I have students who learned in 2 months. I have students who learned in 6 months. So it all depends on you. As I said, it took me 1 year because I was learning all alone and blah, blah, blah. That's why I created this channel to help you out. But have patience. If you have patience, you stick with it, you will definitely get till the end where you will understand everything. But no, it will be hard in the beginning. So be prepared to be frustrated. Be prepared to, like sometimes lose your mind, want to smash your computer, but don't, because you will not have another computer to learn on. So don't smash it. Instead of focus, sometimes try to rest. If you're coding for too much, for 2 or 3 hours, try to rest and come back and try to solve the problem. But yeah, have a lot of patience. That's the key to learning how to code and make games. Unreal has Blueplay, which is visual coding. Okay, I know that. Make a tut on Cinemachine, please. I have already a tut on Cinemachine. How about, this is what I was talking about. So make a tut on Cinemachine. I already have at least 2 or 3 tutorials where I use Cinemachine, but you don't watch them. You don't watch them. This is exactly my point that I mentioned in the beginning in the first 5 minutes. For those of you tuning in right now, go back. Hey, I'm really late. Has this been going on for long? Yeah, we're 15 minutes. Go back and watch the first 5 minutes. That's where I spit the wisdom. And I said 10 minutes and it's already 15. I'm gonna hop off in a bit. Coding your games is easier than you think. Yeah. Coding easier to learn reading or watching videos. Depends on you, man. I hate books because books are complicated as a beginner. For a beginner, because when I was at complete zero, like starting from scratch, and I tried to learn from books, I did not understand anything. After I learned how to code and understand the principles and the fundamentals that I was talking about, then I understood the books. So yeah. Can you make a tweet about interfaces? Not sure what you mean. Thanks for having a look at my comment. You're welcome. Keep up the good job. I enjoy tutorials. Thank you, man. I will. Yeah, he has the best tutorials. Thank you all, man. Thank you. Real nice words. Thank you. I appreciate it. Just want to thank you for your time and effort to support all of us newbies. No problem. I really enjoy this. If you watched any of my tutorials, and I don't know how I goof around and do some crazy things that only I probably think are funny, but I know I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. I don't enjoy the other Unity channels. Thank you, man. I'll take that as a compliment, but there are also other good Unity channels out there. So yeah. So let's say I created a 2D platformer game watching a tutorial. After that, how do I improve it on my own? Because my knowledge is only enough for making it like that. How do I improve? Practice more. That's what I talked about. Practice more. Redo the game again, then redo it again, then redo it again. And after that, try to create it on your own completely from scratch, not watching tutorials. The more you practice, the more you will learn. And the more you watch tutorials, that's why I put out these games. That's why my tutorials are complete games, but you guys don't bother watching them because 2 hours is too much, 3 hours is too much, 5 hours is too much. If I had, it's not because it's my content, but really, if I had tutorials, if I had somebody who created tutorials like I'm creating now for you, if I had that 5 years ago, it will probably take me 2 months to learn how to code and make games. Because the more tutorials you watch, the more examples you see, the more ideas you will have to improve. So this is for you, man. Sorry for your name. It's sorry for the name, but the more tutorials you watch, the more ideas you will have, the more concepts in your head you will have to improve your game. That's how it goes. Thanks for the clips and for your efforts. A great deal of respect. Thank you all for your support, guys. Sir, which PC should I take for game development? $300 PC can do the game development for you. You are very funny and you make learn as fun. Thanks, man. I'm glad you think like that. Do you have any videos on picking up items? Yeah, probably 20. Could you show us how to make a game with a character progressional assistant that carries throughout scenes and such? For example, a gun purchase menu to upgrade before going into the gameplay. That will probably be a course. So look out for that on awesometunes.com/courses. Do publishers like Ketchup look at your background before accepting your game? Don't know. I never tried to submit a game with them. 74 people. Nice job. Nice job. A lot of people watching me on Sunday PM, 6 p.m. rambling here about game development. Really, thank you guys. Which will decide your game success? Good marketing or your game concept? Both. Game marketing and your game needs to be nice. If your game is not nice, then you will market to the people who will not love your game. They will ask for refunds, and there you go. So probably 1 or 2 minutes, and I'm gonna go. Other big game dev channel don't teach anything, but they have more subscribers. Yeah, they teach. Love you, sir. You're helping us a lot. Yeah, thank you all, guys. Do you live in the middle of Europe? Yeah. Can you make a C# code tutorial for complete beginners? I already have that. That was my point for these first 5 minutes of the stream. It's New Year here in Nepal. New Year, really? It's like almost half a year where I am. Should I learn graphic design myself? Should I get the graphics through other ways? Depending on what you want to do. If you have cash to pay them, I would rather pay them than create them out of my own because it takes time. And yeah, okay. So that is all for today. I need to hop off. It's 19 minutes already. By the way, I put out my courses. It's on awesometunes.com/course. You want to take a look at that. I have a MOBA game. A lot of you guys want to take a look at that. So it's really It's a really cool game. It will be released next week. How can I send my game to catch up? I don't know. You need to look at that on Google. As I said, awesome2.com/courses. Look at the course that I have. I have a mobile game, which is really cool. And you guys enjoy creating that because it has boss fights. It has, a lot of cool effects, character select system and stuff like that. So, yeah. Thank you guys for sticking with me 20 minutes, 78 people. This is really amazing. And yeah, see you guys in another live stream. Take care.